What's up YouTube, Jeff back again, and today I'm bringing you guys a video on some of the most underrated phones of 2019. Probably going to split this into a few videos because I got quite a few that I want to look at and I want to talk about them in depth. Today I'm going to talk about the LG V50 ThinQ. This is a phone that released a while ago. There is a version that is now the V50 ThinQ S, I believe. This is the 5G version from Korea. LG sent it out to me, the unlocked model, which also has a pretty cool trick up its sleeve, which I'll talk more about in a second, which is the dual screen attachment. You can basically make this into a foldable phone of sorts. But I want to talk about this phone because I've now had quite a bit of time to use it and compare it to some of the other phones that are out there. And I do really think this phone is a great value. You can pick up this phone for probably around 500 bucks on eBay or on Swappa now. And it has a lot of advantages that there aren't on other Android phones these days. So let's talk about those things that really make this phone unique. So first of all, when you think about LG these days, one of the things you think about for sure is audio. And you do still have a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack right there on the bottom. That of course is something that's going away on most manufacturers. So if you're someone who likes to use wired headphones, then that's definitely something that you're going to be interested in with this particular device. But it doesn't stop there with the audio. The other thing that's really great about the LG V50 and the V series in general is that you do have great sound in terms of the speakers. You've got that DTS-X 3D surround sound. You also have a hi-fi quad DAC built in. So when you do listen to your wired audio, if you have some high fidelity tracks that you listen to, if you're an audiophile, you're absolutely going to love this device. LG's always been dedicated to audio, and the fact that they've stuck with the wired headphone jack and included the hi-fi quad DAC time and time again shows how dedicated they are to that. The other thing that I really like about this phone, aside from the audio in terms of just a feature that you don't see much anymore, is the rear-facing capacitive fingerprint scanner right there. I know we now have the in-display fingerprint sensors, and we now have face unlock and all these other biometric security methods, but the rear-facing biometric with the capacitive scanner just works better pretty much and faster than anything else still, and is also just a little bit easier. So that is something that I definitely like having on the phone. It's also something you won't find on a lot of other devices, so if that's something that you also like, then it's something that you can find on the LG V50 ThinQ. Aside from that, of course, we also have the triple cameras with the wide angle that LG is well known for. Their wide angle is still one of the best in the business. In addition to that, if you love to shoot video with your phone, LG has the best manual controls for video. They've always been well known for that on the V series. That's actually what the V's always stand for in terms of, to me, when I think about the V series, it stands for great video. You can actually shoot a video, record the audio, and even edit it on this phone if you want. It's basically a mobile workstation. If you wanted to edit a video on your device, you could do it. It's got enough power, enough storage, and things like that. So I actually recorded some of the audio for some of my previous videos using the V50 ThinQ just to see how great that audio recording is. And if you go back and listen to my last couple of videos, the audio is pretty much indistinguishable from the audio that I've had on my previous videos with my regular dedicated mic. Other things about the device, obviously, this is an unlocked model from Korea, so there's some advantages to that. You do get faster software updates. I've actually had pretty fast software updates on this. I still have the October security patch, but the November one should be coming in pretty soon. So LG's been doing a good job with that on the unlocked device of getting out those Android security patches. The software, obviously, I've never been a huge fan of LG's skin, but it's gotten a lot better, a little bit easier to use. The settings are now arranged a little bit nicer than they used to be. It's not too bad. If you get used to it, you can use this actual setup. They do now at least have the more traditional swipe up gesture to get into the app drawer. This is the old version of the gestures, so if you're using a Pixel, it'll look a little different. Hopefully when they get Android 10 on this, that'll eventually upgrade it and it'll be all good. Battery life has been surprisingly really good on this. A lot of times people say, well, the Note 10 Plus has great battery life, and LG isn't really known for great battery life. I've actually had about 6 hours screen on time with this, pretty similar to my Galaxy Note 10 Plus. I've actually really been impressed because in the past I've also had issues with battery life on the LG device. Display, very good, very bright, no issues with this particular display. I haven't noticed any light bleeding or anything like that. You do have the notch at the top, so you know, some people are not necessarily going to be a huge fan of that. You can hide it though if you want with the second screen inside the settings. They do walk you through that to set it up in the beginning. And then of course the last thing which is very unique about this phone, which I mentioned earlier, is that this phone does have the dual screen attachment right here. And the dual screen attachment is something that you can use, and it is actually pretty helpful if you like sort of experiencing a couple apps at a time. It's basically just a case that you slide on. You pop the case on like this, and then once it's actually seated in there, you can then use the second screen. There's a little pop-up here on the side that'll ask you if you want to turn on the second screen or not, and then once you turn it on, you can do various things with the second screen. So this is what it looks like when it's on. And then you'll have various apps or other things that you can utilize on the second screen. I was using YouTube for the most part because I like to watch a video while I'm doing other things. But there's a lot of options over here. You can see you can swap screens. You can show the dual screen on the main, put main screen to sleep, or turn off the dual screen. So you can swap your screens. So you have YouTube on one side and you just have the other apps on the other side. You can swap them back. But watching a YouTube video is really nice while you're doing something like, say, browsing through Twitter. This is really nice for this use case. So that's one thing that I really do like. Or if you have a messaging app over here or something like that and you want to enjoy a video. So I do really like that, and I think it is a great answer to foldables. It's actually not that much thicker. It's actually probably thinner than the Galaxy Fold. I don't have my Galaxy Fold right by to compare, but it's probably thinner than the Galaxy Fold when it's closed, and you don't have to worry about the screen sort of being super fragile, things like that. You still have access to your camera and everything, some LG branding on the back. You also have access to the ports, and it says LG dual screen there on the front. So pretty nice. It always is going to just turn on the main screen as soon as you open your regular screen, and then it does save the app that you were working on before, and I think it's a pretty cool feature. So overall, I'm very impressed with the LG V50 ThinQ. It's definitely one of the most underrated phones of 2019. Just didn't get a lot of attention when it came out because there are a lot of other devices releasing around the same time, and I think LG maybe got sort of an unfair, sort of disregarded this year by some of the press. So I wanted to bring attention to this particular device, and I really do enjoy it, keep it in my arsenal, especially the dual screen and also having the hi-fi DAC inside for audio. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. I will be talking about more underrated devices of 2019, so if you're interested in that, please subscribe. Please like the video if you enjoyed the content. You guys can find me at Instagram and Twitter. The link's in the description. Hit the notification icon if you want to see future videos like this. You guys can find me in the comment section answering questions if you have any, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks a lot for watching.